Welcome
to
the Millennial
Gen Z
Paradox podcast.
Woohoo!
This is episode 8.
Holy fuck.
But we actually have a topic today.
Yes.
We saw the new live action Lilo and Stitch.
Woohoo!
And we thought it was important to discuss because
there's a sister, little sister, big sister dynamic.
Yeah, so it's very us, and I feel like there's a lot of things that you and I can talk about, like in our chat. Like I know we had parents, and they had parents too, but then it's like it seems like in the live action it kind of made it seem like it was so recent, like their parents died so recently.
Yeah, whereas they had a routine in the cartoon. Ish.
Yeah, it just didn't give off the feel that it had happened recently. But maybe it did because social services was involved. I don't know. But
there's also other reasons why social services could be called where it's not necessarily of a recent thing.
Yeah. So I thought that
it could be that someone reported some neglect that social service had to follow up.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch base on. Me being as an older sister, you being as a younger sister, me being an older sister that went to college, and how even though I wasn't you had parents when I left. Yes, if you haven't seen the new Lilo and Stitch movie, spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers,
yeah, you can skip this episode.
You can skip this episode, but we're gonna talk about our thoughts, and just kind of like older and younger sister dynamics in growing up. Like I think, like there's also 12 years in between Nani and Lilo, and there's only 6 in between us.
But I still was all like, hey, play with me, 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 play with me.
So,
do you want to read me Harry Potter? Do you want to read me Harry Potter? Do you want to read me Harry Potter? That's the first thing that came to mind because that's both of our childhoods.
Abby, can you babysit your sister tonight?
Yes, Mom.
Yes. Yes, Mom, I'm 12.
I don't know, but also, like, you were expected to do a lot. Like, when we moved away from the McCollums.
Yeah.
You were a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
I was 3rd grade, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know. I think they expected a lot from you. So you would babysit a lot. Oh, baby me.
Which I don't mind, but I also think there's a point of older sister being all like, well, you're the role model.
Yeah.
She looks up to you. Like, I heard that all the time. Well, Hannah looks up to you, so you need to be good. You know? And so there is a whole bunch of immense pressure of, I'm not doing good in school for me. I'm doing good in school to set an example for Hannah.
I didn't really pay attention much to it. I just remember them yelling at you storming off and slamming the door.
Yeah. But like all of my decisions were, well, Hannah's gonna see. So I need to set a good example, which is true, but that's also a lot of pressure to put on a kid.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, your younger sibling is looking up to you, so you have to be the perfect role model.
Yeah. Which I think was more the case for I'm gonna butcher the name, and I'm so sorry.
For Nani.
Because she was the only other role model.
And I liked how the live action also did like highlight that she was a really good student. And she was a really good surfer and had a whole bunch of like Lilo told Stitch all about Nani and how she had all of these awards and trophies in her room from sea things in the ocean, and like how she was able to carry Stitch through the ocean when he was really heavy. Yeah. Like really good at whatever sport that is, and like an amazing person. And so you could tell that Lilo looked up to Nani for all of her accomplishments. But I'm also like, as an older sibling, sitting there like, well, did you do that for you or did you do that for Lilo?
Yeah.
Because I could see doing that as I'm the big sister. I have to set a good example.
I think, like, I look back on Lilo and just, like, how much, like, I don't know, as a younger sibling, you just kind of, it causes you to try to do your very best.
If you're trying to, like, compete then with your, not compete, but meet the standards that your older sister. So, parents... Say, older sister, you have to be the best because you're setting an example and being a role model for your younger sibling. And then your younger sibling, you have to meet the standards that your overachiever older sibling set because we told her to be a role model.
Exactly. Like, I remember when I was, like, going through college and I'm like, I didn't take the AP classes.
Oh.
I almost failed French my second year. I probably almost failed algebra. Like, if
there were so many, like, 4 a.m. mornings working on AP projects. Like, I did not sleep. And it was just my senior year. I'm like, I'm done.
Like, I think I almost failed a lot of my classes if we had to continue online learning. I would have had to retake senior year.
Yeah.
Third and fourth quarter. If they did not put the whole, your third term grade is your fourth term grade.
Yeah.
Nothing you do.
You can only do better.
You can only do better. You can't do any worse. And I'm like, yay.
Yeah.
Because this is my senior skip day for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I tried
senior year during COVID. But, like,
I tried with math, I think. But I wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
And then they had weird, like, times. And it just.
Yeah. But I don't know. Did I succeed in being a role model?
Yeah.
Someone you look up to?
Yeah, you always are. I don't know. It's hard because also, like, I didn't take the same path as you, as going to college. So I regret my decision, but I also don't regret my decision to not go to college. Because I would have struggled in college.
College is hard. Like, so I don't think people understand. No, people do understand, but I think that there is such a learning. You learn, the classes is only like a fraction of what you learn in college. Like, I learned budgeting my finances, and I worked at one point 3 jobs at once to make rent and money and gas in my car.
Yeah.
And stuff, and then also a full-time student.
Yeah.
Like, and then even then, like, my senior year,
through trial and error.
I know. But yeah, I learned budgeting, and I learned about relationships, and I learned about how to be on my own, and like, I learned so much more about myself in college than I think that I realized was going to happen going into college. I was like, oh, I'm going to learn how to be a teacher, which I'm not. But there's just And also, you expect an 18-year-old to figure out what they want to do with their life. I'm almost 30, and I still don't know what I want to do.
I'm 24, and I don't know.
So, like, I do think that there's, like the whole bunch of, oh, well, you know, you'll figure it out by the time it's ready to declare. But you're, like, 19, 20 years old when you declare your major. Like, not really. And then you're pushed out in the real world. Like, after, like, it's really hard. Because I think, like, I've spent so much time succeeding and, well, putting in the work, right? All the effort to be such a good role model for you. And then work, like, and I think that's, like, carried over to everything else.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm very afraid to fail. Because I've worked so hard to not, right? So, like, I just hear, like, everyone talk about how, oh, I've succeeded, you know, I have a job, we bought a house, you know, I'm married, you know, I've done all of the steps of a conventional relation or a conventional life cycle, minus the kids, because but we've got a dog, so it's fine. But, like, you know, so that's how everyone measures success.
Yeah.
So to everyone, I'm successful. I have a job that pays well, and that's it. Except that I hate my job, and it is not in the degree that I went to college for. So I'm paying off student loans for a degree that I don't use with a job that I hate, and that is ending in a month and a half. So for me, well, especially now with our contract ending in a month and a half, it's like this impending doom of failure that is bound to happen, because all of everyone's that says, oh, you know, you're successful because you've done all of the things in order. You went to college, you got a job, you bought a house, you're married, all of these things, and then it's just going to end.
Yeah.
And but then it's all like, we'll get another job. Well, yes, I'm applying. But besides the fact, it's like, but I've been working this job I graduated, well, I started as an admin assistant in 2018, so 5, 6, 7 years. I've been working a job, just a job. Like, it's not my career.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to move up. Like, even if we were continuing our contract.
Yeah.
I don't want my boss's job. You couldn't pay me enough money to have my boss's job.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, but not really. like she'll call me and we'll, like, vent to each other, and I'm like, oh my God, thank God I'm not you. But then it's like failure. Like, I've never.
Yeah.
And this is, like, at this point, it's like serious failure. Like, if we can't pay our bills, what's going to happen? So I had a panic attack about it yesterday, so we're not going to do that here. But, but then it feels like a hack. Yeah. Like, everyone's all like, oh, you know, you've done all of the right things. Yeah. So you're fine. And everyone keeps saying that I'm fine.
But you're not.
But,
like, it's like, just.
Am I though? Like, am I just going to get another job in finance? And that's going to be successful. I'm still going to be successful because I'm going to be making the same amount of money for another corporation in finance. That constitutes as success. Like, I just.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's really hard.
Yeah.
Because I know I talked to you about how
I think I don't know if mom and dad consider me successful. I wouldn't. Dad keeps on trying to be like, hey, you should work at Sports Clips. And I'm like, hey, how about no?
He did tell me about his barber and how she reminds him of you and your struggles in the hair industry.
Yes, but I also now have new struggles from other things I've lovely spicy memories, we're gonna call them.
Spicy memories.
And then a trauma. We call trauma spicy memories. Just to make us feel a little bit better.
Well, those memories are spicy.
That's how I cope. But, like, that's why I don't want to do men's hair. I will have a panic attack.
I know.
I have not gotten over
your spicy memories.
My spicy memories.
Yep.
Like, I've had it even at, like, in the restaurant that I work at. Like, one of my coworkers, I think, might have, like, either grabbed my waist to make sure that to steady me. I was like, ugh. Tell me that you're behind me so I don't have that happen again.
Yeah.
And I kind of, like, snapped at them. I'm like, part of it is that I'm gonna have a full-blown panic attack.
Yeah.
If you touch me.
Don't touch me. But, yeah. So, I think
I understand he's trying to, like, give me ideas of jobs too, but I'm like, if I know that something is gonna trigger.
Costco. Be a cashier at Costco.
Maybe. I never finished that job application. I was just feeling so burnt out. It was making like.
That's what my weekend's gonna be. Woohoo! So with the change that Disney made with the live action,
yes, I don't think it wasn't a bad change.
I think realistically, culture aside, because I can't comment on culture, and I can't comment on Hawaiian universities, because I don't know, so I can't. I've heard rumors that there is a better marine biology program on the island,
which makes
free
sense.
For natives. So it's like, couldn't you have done a little bit more, put a little bit more effort, Disney? And if you wanted her to go to the mainland, pick something else besides marine biology. Or if you had to have her be a marine biologist, go to college on the mainland for free. I mean, she did get a full ride to University of California. Okay. But, because she's so smart.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, if that's... And those are just my comments based on the things that Disney should have done more research.
Yeah.
Pick which one. Does she need to go to the mainland, or is it a marine biologist? Which one? And then make the correct choice.
Yeah. Because I think it would have been, like, either...
I do think marine biology would have been fine. But then again, if you're going to college, even in your home, well, I mean, her house was demolished, so she's probably going to be living in a dorm room, regardless of whether it's on the island or not.
Or not. Like...
And a full-time student, you can't take care of a 6-year-old.
Yeah, no.
So she's going to have to go and live with the neighbors either way.
Yeah. But I like that they had, like, the neighbor... Like, I'm like... Part of me was just all, like, the whole movie, I'm all, like, the neighbors are asking to help you.
Yeah. It takes a village to raise a child. And there are such a close-knit community.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. The neighbors are Ohana. They're family. That's the other thing, is that it's like this demolishes the whhole message of...
Which is bullshit. I'm
Ohana.
sorry. It's bullshit.
Which I don't think
because
so. Because
the McCall...
I know.
McCollums.
We had family, or not family, but we had friends.
They were family.
That
were family friends.
Family friends that we literally probably spent half of our childhood at their house.
Yeah. So family is what you make of it. Like
your chosen family is no different, and especially adopting a dog like Stitch is like they're my Ohana. But he's not related to them. So like it's not any different whether it's a dog, well, it's Stitch, an alien, or the neighbors that are Ohana too. Like
our dogs are our chosen family. Like,
yeah,
like I would cry if Luna were to run off or
I don't think that the Ohana message is diminished by her living with David and his grandmother.
No.
Because they're family.
Especially
for all intents and purposes.
They're at the end cut scenes or like end credit scenes, like they kiss. So like,
Nani and David are.
So like
they're gonna get married. No, I mean, I know, like it's like my husband is my chosen family.
So like with
we choose a lot of family members more than we think that we do.
Yeah.
So it's just a little silly, but yeah, I do wish that maybe they had done a little bit more research on like the college options. But I do think like she steals the portal gun to be able to visit Lilo from college. Like that's, come on, like they're on the phone all the time. They're not, like, so she's not, she didn't abandon her.
You abandoned me. No, I'm joking.
Apparently I abandoned you with two very reliable parents when I went to college.
Are they reliable? I'm joking. I love you guys.
Jesus. But it's only 4 years. And
sad. No, I'm joking.
Sad, lonely existence without my sister.
But like, you were, part of it was that you were a buffer, and then all the focus was directly on me, and I was dealing with depression and suicide at the same time.
Yeah. Well, so I think that first year was tough for us. Because I was going through my situation.
Yeah.
My spicy memories. So that created a lot of discourse.
Yeah.
And then not knowing the full extent of discourse and being young. But I mean, you came and visited.
Yes. With Mom.
Well, that freshman year, yeah. But my senior year, you spent your spring break.
Yes. And junior year.
And junior year spring break?
It was junior year. Because we talked about this. Mike graduated.
No, not this time.
Not this time?
Your spring break, not summer.
Oh, yeah. I did spend spring break. I loved your cat. Well, no, your
Andrea's cat.
Andrea's.
My roommate's cat. That we all took care of.
Yeah.
Because he was an attention whore. I'll get Snapchat memories of me taking selfies with Simba. And
I saved all pictures with Simba on my phone and on my drive because I love... This cat was amazing. I would have so many allergies. Because I'm allergic to cats, so I can't have a cat. Although my dog acts like a cat.
But you also came up for the rodeo.
Yes.
Once, too.
That's right.
I think that was junior year. That was before my junior year.
Yes. And then I think your junior year was Mike's graduation, where I got to sit in a college class. Woohoo! As a sophomore in high school? was like a sophomore in high school. If it was 2018, probably a sophomore.
That was my senior year.
That was their senior year.
That you sat in. You just came up for Mike's graduation, and then we went back home because Mom and Dad were out of town.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we did things, connected, talk on the phone, blah blah blah.
Yeah. But like it's only 4 years.
Yeah.
And then you left again.
Well, yeah, I kind of spent another 4 years on the other side of the country, unfortunately.
Rude.
I mean, it was rude. I agree. But like I followed this man that I guess I love or something.
That's like in this house. Who knows who he is?
I don't know exactly. But like I guess he's the love of my life or whatever. And I mean, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Just he just got a stupid job on the East Coast, and like I just had to follow. But we moved back.
Yeah.
West Coast is best coast.
West Coast is the best coast. But like, I don't know. I just miss you.
You miss me?
Yeah.
You missed me when I was in college?
Yeah, now I see you every week and I can't.
You see me more than every week.
Alright, because we have a double day on Sunday.
Yeah. But I mean, like, college was what I was supposed to do for my role model role for you.
And then I ended up not going to college.
Yeah, I'm also a millennial who apparently, like, was conned into the whole college.
Dad tried.
Is necessary.
Dad tried. He's trying so hard to make it work. Dad tried so hard to get me to go to college, and then he's trying me so hard to get me to stay in the trade school that I went, in the position that the trade school that I went to. I don't know why, but I'm like...
Yeah, you're paying your student loans for cosmetology school and not using your license.
Yeah. And I'm paying for my license because I want access to professional color because I don't trust anyone with my hair other than myself. Other than to cut. Although I don't like my hair. I had my hairstylist, which I feel so bad.
It's okay. But, yeah.
But I do think this kind of faded weirdly.
So as a younger sibling.
Yes.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think the ending was good. And the message was the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they changed the message.
They didn't change the message. They didn't really change the ending. Like, people were all like, oh, they changed the ending. They changed who the bad guy was.
Is there really a bad guy, though, in Stitch?
Well, it's Gontu. They erased Gontu. Gontu? The
Right.
gray guy.
Yeah. Wait.
With the red eyes.
Where was Gontu?
He wasn't in it at all.
Wait a minute.
Wait, or am I pronouncing the name wrong?
No. Well, I think it's Gantu.
Gantu?
But, like, I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember who he was in the cartoon. Like, I know, I can picture his thing, but I can't picture, like, his story arc.
The evil... Because I can't spell first.
Gantu. There's a really good Lorcana card.
G-A-U-N...
No, Gantu. Gan-tu.
Captain Gantu's character from Lilo and Stitch. Muscular alien captain of the Galactic... Oh, he's the Galactic Federation's military forces.
Right, so they send Peakley.
Yes.
And Jumba.
Yes. They made Jumba the bad guy. Essentially. The evil scientist.
That's who he was in the cartoon, though. He's the evil scientist that created Stitch.
Yes.
So,
but like,
I think in the cartoon they make Peakley and Jumba stay on the island, on Earth to keep an eye on Stitch during his exile. Punishment, not really.
Yeah.
But like,
they just
and
kept
so then
Plan
instead
2.
they
kept Plan 2, and now the CIA. It's like the Plan 2 and the CIA agent. Which honestly, whoever played the CIA agent was so good. Cobra Bubbles. I love Cobra Bubbles.
That's another thing that because he was the agent.
Yes.
No, they created the home visit care. What are they called? CP, Child Protective Services lady.
Yeah. They created the CPA.
Was Cobra Bubbles in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And so they changed him to be CIA undercover.
Yeah.
As
director. As the director.
Yeah. So those were a few more changes, but I
don't think they actually had like they also didn't really have like a neighbor. I don't think. Did they have a neighbor?
I don't think that they really expanded that David was their neighbor.
Yeah.
But David was in it.
David was in it. But like David didn't have a mom in the cartoon.
A grandma. No. They kept the snow cone man.
They kept the... I'm so bad, And then people are mad that they made him like a tourist that just like watched his ice cream.
It's funny. This is funny. But like, I don't know. I think like, so some of those changes I feel like were so minor.
But like also... Yeah.
Okay.
And it honestly, like, fit, like, having the grandma watch Lilo.
Yeah, and they can't... I know, so Lilo, when she found Stitch at the shelter, it was because grandma was watching her and can't tell the girl no. Spoiled like a true grandma. Like, there's just another symbolism of them being Ohana, too.
Yeah. Like, they did good symbolization, too.
Like, and, I mean, obviously they needed to create a responsible adult
to take care
of her, because David is the same age as Nani, so that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, grandmas can't tell their grandkids no.
No.
So Nani is pissed bringing home Stitch. Like, what? And she's like, she's just been through so much, I can't tell her no. I'm like, yep, that's grandma. Like,
that is the grandma to the D.
So it's like, yeah. No, it was fine. But I thought it was cute. And I thought it was, like, I know there's so much discourse with the Disney remakes. I know Snow White wasn't it missed its mark. But I think, like, the other ones didn't. And I think this stayed true to its story and it kept the integrity of Lilo and Stitch.
Like, if they kept the integrity of the actual film, then I don't have an issue with it. It's when certain changes or just awful costume design of Snow White.
You know, it's on Disney Plus now. We can watch it.
Oh, fuck no. But also, there were also terrible casting choices. But, because I've seen clippets of it.
Yeah. Well, my whole thing with
Gal Gadot is...
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot is that with the snippets that I've seen of her singing, it's so auto-tuned. It's so So she can't, is what you're just saying is that she can't sing.
Yeah.
So why have her? Why even have her sing?
Famous. She's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and then people are all like, her acting is terrible. And it's just like...
Yeah. But that's not the remake we're discussing.
That is not the remake. Although, a good remake to watch is How to Train Your Dragons if you haven't watched it already.
Oh, yeah. We've been on the remake train. We saw How to Train Your... So, How to Train Your Dragons was a movie that Dad went to take us to.
Yes.
Because dragons. And so that was like
Oh
our thing. I know. I was really hoping that they weren't going to keep that scene where they almost drowned. Because, like, I recently watched the cartoon and I'm, like, weeping over Toothless almost drowning. And then Stoic saving him. And I'm like, don't put this in the live action. My heart can't handle it in live action mode. And I'm, like, weeping in the theater.
They did such a good job with the dragons. Like, they... quite literally made them look so fucking realistic where I'm just like, I just want to
How do I get a dragon? Because, like, it was so real.
Like, I just want to cuddle you like baby Toothless.
I know. So that's kind of the funny thing about How to Train Your Dragon, though, is that they're all afraid of these dragons. And then Toothless is so small and has just such, honestly, husky coated. That it's like,
gosh, yes.
I know. Okay,
I was like, wait, hold up, wait,
like,
what do you mean by husky coated? And then I'm all like, wait, I think of Riku, and I think of how Riku is just so like
gives you the side eye. Toothless gives you the side eye, and is like doesn't really want to be touched, but then kind of wants to be touched, and it's like so husky coated, and I'm like,
you're like, wait, hold up,
wait,
is this my
dog? But, like, dragons, they're supposed to be, like, scary and menacing, and Toothless is the night fury and is, like, the scariest of them all.
And it's just a teddy
and then
bear.
It's, like, a little black thing with these beautiful green eyes, and it's tiny. Like, it's not even the biggest dragon.
No.
But, like, in the cartoon, all the dragons are kind of soft. Because it's a cartoon. But then not all of the dragons were soft in the live action. And so I'm like...
The fiery one.
I know.
That was so cool. I was all like, wait, is this a Chinese something?
Is this Chinese fireball? Are we in Harry Potter?
Are we in Harry Potter?
But yeah, no. They're like... The dragons were done really, really well. Yeah. And the live action was the animation frame by frame, just with real actors.
Which I love that, because I was just so like, can they not ruin this film? Like, I will fucking bawl my eyes.
So, I don't know that I've seen the other ones.
I didn't watch The Little Mermaid.
No, not live actions. The other How to Train Your Dragons.
We've seen the second one. We have the second one on film. On DVD.
On film? Wow. What are you, 60?
Apparently. I'm not like we have that on
we have
DVD.
that on film?
We have, we have it on film.
We have this on, is it VHS?
No, it's DVD.
An old film roll?
A
DVD? What is that?
Blu-ray.
Oh, Blu-ray.
That just seems like so fucking old to say. Like, I think we even have like the 20th anniversary of Snow White on. No, wait, no, that wouldn't be right. Probably like the 50th anniversary of Snow White on.
But
actually, it would be more of like the 100th. Nope. What? I don't know. It's some version of Snow White, and it's the cartoon version. It's in like this. It's DVD. I prefer having physical copies of things because nothing can take it away from me.
This is true.
They would have to pull it out of my cold, dead hands.
This is true.
Which I don't think people realize. Like, things on streaming services you're owning the terms and conditions to that streaming service, which they can remove. I've also, like, people are all like, if you have a Kindle and you buy a book from Kindle, you don't technically own the book still. Amazon can still remove the book off of your Kindle.
Yeah.
And terminate the term. And I'm like, then what's the point?
Convenience.
Fine. All I have to do.
Like, I don't have a way to watch any DVDs downstairs.
Yeah.
Because all of the gaming consoles and everything are upstairs in the game room.
Yeah. Dad wants to get a PlayStation 3 remake. He wants to get one of them refurbished. So that we can actually play with it. Because both of them have the same exact issue of the red light thing. Which I really hope we still have Rock Band. But we don't think we have any of the things to play
Probably
Rock
not.
Band. But we still have the steering wheel to play the car racing game. Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo. That's how I learned to drive.
That's how I learned to drive. Let's just talk about that for a second.
Let's teach our children how to drive using a race car game, and then we wonder why their oldest buys a very fast electric vehicle and drives like it's a race car.
I do that with any car.
And will only, if driving a gas car, only drive a manual, because you can make it vroom
really quickly,
faster than
an
automatic.
See, my thing is, I love my electric car. I only know. I don't even know how to put gas in a
ponder why our children drive like race cars when we taught them how to drive on a race car game.
It's quite funny because Dad will quite lately feel like, why do you drive that way? I'm all like, you're the one that taught me.
You're the one that taught me how to drive. Why? I drive efficiently.
Even if it doesn't say that I drive efficiently, I drive efficiently.
I get to point A to point B very quickly. I don't speed, though. I just maximize the amount of time it takes from me to get to the speed limit as quickly as possible.
I go a little over.
You know, I'm actually surprised Mom didn't teach you how to drive with how fast.
I don't go necessarily. I go the minimum of like 5 over.
That's my maximum over. In some spots. In most places.
In most places, that is the maximum that I will go. In some like little pockets.
If everyone around me is going 80,
I will go 80.
I'll go 70.
I like how you're just like, I'll go 70.
Because they're going to pull over someone else.
Well, okay, so there was a thing where it was all like, where it was a video and it was a podcasters asking a state patrol officer what would cause them to pull over a vehicle. If everyone was going like 80 and something and someone whizzed around at 90, they would pull them over.
Yeah.
It's the people that are actually driving recklessly, weaving in and out of traffic,
pushing people off the fucking road. There's a light before you get to the higher speed limit where it's 2 lanes and then it merges into 1 right after the light.
Mm-hmm.
And the
people
speed
don't
increases.
know how to do it.
No, people don't know how to do it, but these dipshit truck drivers
don't know how to fucking merge.
No. We'll go like so we were stopped at the light, each at the light, and it turned red, or it turned green. So me in my fast electric car punch it off the line because that's how I drive.
Yeah. That's how I drive in my...
And they're in a Ford F-150 squealing their tires trying to punch it off the line and beat me. Like, okay, no. And they're so mad that I beat them off the line that they're going 80 to get ahead of me before the lane merges.
Yeah.
And they can't do it because I'm faster. So they So they're go around me on the shoulder to get ahead of me. Well, I've also had it where we're trying to zipper merge.
Wait, so are people...
And the truck is tailgating.
They have too small of dicks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Husband was so mad.
But if your ego...
was so reckless.
But if your ego over a fucking electric car being you off the line because you're in a Ford F-150 that cannot go as fast as an electric car...
Well, so people don't understand.
Drive fucking dangerous.
People don't understand weight distribution of a car. A truck, if you don't have sandbags and you're punching it off the line, your tail end is...
Yeah.
And we live in a wet state. Like, it's even worse if the road is wet.
Yeah. Well, that's why you don't do that with a truck.
I'm like, do you even know how to... Like,
and the roads are wet.
Drove a Ford F-150 in high school.
I didn't.
Like, I know the acceleration capability. I know the acceleration capabilities of a Ford F-150 like the back of my fucking hand because I drove one.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And you don't want to be... And it got him nowhere because no one was driving over 55, the speed limit, in front of me. So, like, he... illegally passed me on the shoulder just to sit behind a van that was going exactly the speed limit. I'm like, really? Your ego couldn't handle being beat off the line by a car that goes 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds? Actually, I think it's 6.2. No, that's the other one. No, 4.6.
Yeah. Your car is really fast. My car is fast.
Like,
your car is really fast. My car is fast. I can still do it.
Like,
I could do it even faster in my Fiat. But my Fiat was tiny. They're less aerodynamic.
Yeah. Well, I've also had it where trucks won't beat them off the line in the lane that merges over. Yeah. And they won't let us over. So they'll drive next to us. And then the lane ends.
That's when you honk.
And they won't let us over. And so we've been driven off the road before. You were on the phone with me when this happened. And my lovely husband was driving.
It was because, okay, there was also like really bad traffic on I-5.
You were also driving.
And I was also yelling at fucking trucks.
There was all this road rage happening around me and my anxiety. Because, so you can open carry where we lived on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And, like, my boss literally said that he kept a gun in his glove compartment.
Yeah.
Of his car. And so,
I think...
And we lived 4 years.
I think we're still an open carry state.
I think so, too. But I've never...
But you actually... So you have to... But you have to have your permit on you. Like, there was a shooting in... Lakewood.
Like, I just... So,
I had it where road rage shot one of my coworkers' husbands. We've gotten in road rage instances on the East Coast just in the parking lot. Well, remember when
where
it was
someone
Memorial
got out of their car?
Remember when
I know, and I was about to have a panic attack because I was having East Coast driving flashbacks. I'm like, this doesn't happen on the beautiful West Coast where people are sane. Like, we've been followed on the East Coast. And so I have a lot of anxiety because Mike won't give it up.
So this is a tidbit for if you're being followed or if you feel like you're being followed, drive to a police station.
Yeah.
So I drove to city.
I
felt like I was gonna be followed. I was being followed, so I drove. I think I had Luna in the car, so I drove around Central City. They weren't following me, but
I don't think I've experienced a lot of road rage on the West Coast, and then we moved to the East Coast, and there was a lot. Like, people got very physically upset.
Well, okay, so
and then we moved back, and it was the same. And then I was met with road rage.
I still have the license plate of the guy that was driving recklessly. And so this was Memorial Day weekend. I think it was either Memorial Day or the Sunday before Memorial Day. We were going to see Grandpa's grave, because we do that every year. The car, and we're in my dad's Polestar. The other car, I believe, is a Subaru. It was a white Subaru something.
Subaru.
But it was brake checking Dad. And Dad wasn't following really close, because I was in the passenger seat. But no, it was behind us. It was at first behind us. Dad was going the speed limit. And then the car went around us, brake checked again.
Illegally went around us.
Because it was a double lotted line. You cannot pass
It was just a 35 residential area. One-way road.
And
yeah, it was not good. It was weird.
It was
things that people I didn't understand what pissed him off, because Dad was just driving.
Yeah,
and then suddenly went around us and then started brake check
like 3 times,
and harsh brake checks. Like,
Dad's emergency brake went off each time.
Like 10 miles an hour decrease brake check. Like, not a tap so your lights turn on. It was like I'm slowing down very quickly. I'm speeding up. I'm slowing down very quickly, speeding up. Yeah, it was weird.
It didn't make any sense.
It was.
And I almost want to be like, sir, we're just trying to go and see Grandpa's graves. Like, our emotions are already...
Like, it was just like, can we just
fucking drive?
Can we just go, please? Yeah, I don't...
Dad shouldn't have followed him into that neighborhood.
No. You shouldn't have. You should just let it go. That's the other thing. Like, I'm just so, like, if you want to get butthurt about my driving or me honking at you, if you want to ruin your day...
I honk to let people know where I am. People will not let you,
If you want to get so upset about it, be my guest. But I'm not going to. Because it's dangerous.
I need to get new tires. My tires kind of suck right now.
But, like, if me honking because you're about to enter my space...
Or run me off of the road.
The amount
of times I got run off the road in my Fiat. And yes, I understand the Fiat 500e 2-door hatchback is a tiny car.
Yeah.
But I love that car.
But yeah, if you're going to be upset because I fucking honked at you, then you know what? Be my guest. But I'm not going to retaliate back because I already did my duty.
Just grow up.
Like, it's just drive a car. It's not that deep. Like, I'm not physically offending you or personally offending you. I'm just letting you know that you're entering my fucking space.
Yeah.
And you need to move.
Yeah. This is a little bit of a driving rant.
But yeah, it's fine. We're safe. We drive safe.
Yeah.
We just have some extra testosterone sometimes.
But yeah, all in all, I think this remake was good.
Yeah. I think so too.
It was cute. I liked how the little actress.
How the Stitch sucked.
It does that in the cartoon. You're muted.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Or he like sucks in his arms and makes him look appropriate, not alien-like.
Yeah, that.
So cute. I want a Stitch. Do you want a Stitch? I think
Luna's a
Riku.
lot of work.
I think Riku would love a Stitch.
Riku would love a Stitch. Luna, she is a special dog.
I was gonna say I have my own Stitch, except that Riku's more toothless than Stitch.
Luna is honestly probably more Stitch than Toothless, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just because she's protector.
She is protector.
And I feel like that's very much like Stitch, but like also like
Funny too.
funny too.
Luna's pretty funny. Her little hops when she gets excited.
I love it.
But she is she is guard dog.
Yeah. Whereas I feel like Toothless is very much like funny all over.
Drama king.
Yeah.
Like very, very husky coated.
Yeah.
I think Toothless is the dragon. Very.
I love the like drawing and like the step.
That's very husky. Like the whole you have to play with me my way.
Yeah.
Don't
Luna's
step
just so
on
like
my
you're giving me
painting."
attention.
I know. I get attention how I want attention.
Luna is very much like you're giving me attention. I don't
No.
care.
Do you give that dog attention?
I do.
Because I was over Saturday and she was rubbing all up on me. I was like, Mom, do you like pay attention to this dog?
I worked all day.
I think she also needed to go out.
Yeah, probably.
But
Like
But she came to me for
We have
that.
a little tummy issue. We've had tummy issues yesterday. So I gave her like half a can of pumpkin in her food bowl and then half of her food yesterday.
yeah.
Because we had tummy issues.
Puppies.
Puppies.
Our little chosen loves.
Chosen love. Yeah. Well, also, Luna is also like the type of dog where she'll come up to you when she wants loves or when she wants something.
Riku will talk to you about it and how it makes her feel. Like she doesn't bark. She just has full on moaning conversations with you.
Luna will have moaning conversations when we're in the car and she's just like, these other cars are a little way too close, Mom.
This is stressful.
I see another dog.
Alright, I think that's all I have to say about the remake.
Like,
I think that's it.
we keep on forgetting to do the whole like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, like, comment, and subscribe to our social media that is lacking in posts because I've been slacking. I've been busy, man.
Yeah.
Applying for jobs. Hobbies.
We need to continue like commenting and subscribing.
Yeah. I mean, we just need more listeners. Listen, share it with your friends.
Share it with your friends. We're funny.
Yeah, we're hilarious. We make funny jokes and
No, I'm joking.
and mostly about flabby flesh. That's been like 2 weeks.
Flabby fingernails.
Flabby fingernails, flabby flesh, and sarcastic comments because that's all I know how to make.
I got my hand on it.
But yeah, that's episode 8.
Woohoo!
And we'll put the Gen Zer in charge of episode 9. And
I was supposed to be in
it'll
charge
be
of
2
this
weeks late.
episode. Bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have to do a therapy appointment like in the middle of it, but who knows? See you guys next time.
All right. See you next week.